Hi guys, it's Jamie from Taylor Walsh, joined by Mr. Lee Behjet, fitness guru of Milton Keynes, as I call him.
Oh,
We've just spent the last 5 minutes trying to get his iPad straight, so if it falls over halfway through,
no, it's not gonna. It's not gonna. It's very secure now.
happy days, mate, happy days. But mate, thanks for this. We just wanted to do a few videos and what have you, and let the local community know who is about, what we can do to help you by keeping fit with Lee, and what Lee does for his clients in and around Milton Keynes, and what I think Lee can help benefit us in the community. So Lee, I don't know if you were able to tell us a little bit about yourself, mate, what you do, and Behjet Fitness, and how long you've been doing it for.
So yeah, I've got into fitness, into personal training about 8 years ago now. Before that, I was a secondary school PE teacher over at Leon, in the south side of Milton Keynes. Loved my time there, but realised that my ambition was to become self-employed, same as my wife. So jumped into personal training, which is kind of like adult PE anyway. So it was no different to what I was kind of doing anyway, just with a few older people. Been doing it for 8 years now. Loved every kind of year of it. Has had its challenges, as you are aware. I've had my ups and downs with it.
Yeah, it's business.
I get in my own head a little bit too much, but no, it's been a fantastic career choice for me. And with what's going on currently at the moment, I don't think there's ever been a time where health and fitness has been more prominent and more important, and definitely at the forefront of people's thoughts now. So,
yeah, without a doubt, mate. I mean, I for one have realised how easy it is now we're in lockdown to sit and not do nothing, but actually I don't get a lot of exercise anyway, mate. You know that, and that's one of my biggest downfalls is I don't get enough time to do it, and that's one of my biggest excuses is time. And actually, right now I've got the time to probably do it more than ever. Yet I'm still sitting in the office on Zoom calls, or I'm emailing people, or I'm on the phone to clients and things like that, and I'm still not getting as active as I should. Hence, I wanted to speak to you and maybe share some ideas with the community as well as to what we should be doing to keep active, to keep fit. Any tips and things you've got for people like me, or people that aren't massive gym goers, or people that don't like the gym or scared of the gym, things like that. I mean, what can they be doing at home to keep fit, or what could you do to help them with boot camps and things like that?
No, I completely agree. And, you wouldn't be the first person to say that they've got all the time on their hands now at the moment. I mean, it's a very rare opportunity where we've been handed time back. Yet from people that I've spoken to, they've got all this time on their hands to train, eat healthy, cook fresh recipes. And if anything, they find themselves in a worse position than what they were before we had this lockdown. So, what I would say is perhaps try to enforce some healthy habits. Try not even healthy habits, just habits in general. And don't put too much pressure on yourself to realise that you don't need a lot of equipment to get a good workout. Okay, I've had a boot camp last night that I did virtually for my current boot camp group, who I see twice a week, and they only had one dumbbell each yesterday. Now, I appreciate some people didn't even have a dumbbell, so they worked on with just their body weight. So you don't have to create this massively complicated workout to get any kind of like health benefits. Those guys had one dumbbell. We had an hour's workout. They were all sweating at the end of it. They all enjoyed it, which is obviously the most important thing. And also, you don't need, as much as I want people to work with me, you don't need a coach to provide you with the information required for you to get a good workout. All you got to do is jump on Google and you will find 1,000,001 workouts. That's not to say that I don't want people training with me, because obviously it helps put a roof over my head and food on the table. But that's a different matter in itself. Anything that I am very honest and open with my clients, and anything that I'm going to tell them, they could probably find out for free. The reason they come to train with me, whether that's virtually at the moment or whether it was previously one-to-one before the lockdown, was because of the accountability.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that's where people are still falling down at the moment. So I'm very aware that virtual training at the moment isn't for everybody. My business has probably gone down from 40, 50 hours a week of PT to maybe 10 to 15 hours of virtual training at the moment, for a number of reasons. One, because it's not for everybody and people just don't fancy it and they don't want to pay for that, which is fine. Another is people are just prepared to wait this out and think, I'll just come back, and enjoy my one-to-one sessions. And, so I've lost where I was going with this now. What was we talking about? Oh, accountability. Yeah. So accountability. But those people that have stuck around are the people that need somebody to tell them to do something. That's why I still believe that the general, although there are, obviously from the news, there are everything else, people have been, out running and cycling, which is fantastic. But the people that are struggling to do home workouts still at home, perhaps like yourself, is because you still need that somebody in front of you telling you, Jamie, this is what you need to do. So although you've got all that time on your hands, you still need that accountability.
Yeah.
So it all depends on the individual. If it's easy to self-motivate yourself, jump on Google, find yourself a workout. If you still feel you need a push, get in touch with a coach and they can put you through a workout, So it all depends on the individual. Really.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head, mate, to be honest, because I'm very much like that. I think if I've got an appointment in my diary, I'll go to it. So obviously before I got married, I used to do a lot of training with you and used to stick to it because it was in my diary. I had to be there.
Yeah.
I was normally a bit late.
Bit late.
But I'd go. And it was, like you say, it was accountability, mate. And so I think the boot camps are a great idea for that. Are your boot camps available for people to jump on now if they wanted to? How often are they? And are they able to get involved in those?
Yeah, at the moment we've got a Monday and a Thursday class going, 6 till 7. There is a charge for it. I do charge clients £5. The regulars that have been with me for a couple of years, they pay monthly. Okay, they were happy to keep their direct debits going. They know that they're very self-aware of their workouts now. They know whether they're pushing themselves hard enough. So they know that all they need is the structure from me. For anybody else that wants to jump on at the moment, it's just a £5 a session. Like I say, I'm fully aware that there's freebies out there, but I'd like to think that the structure of the sessions, the intensity, the enjoyment, the interaction is something that is worth £5. I mean, £5 is not. I know, obviously, in the current economic climate, for some people,
it's a KFC that we can't go and pick up.
It's a KFC, but luckily
KFC. I'd murder for a KFC right now. I'm not going to lie.
Luckily, KFC is not open, so we can use your
Not yet.
£5 more wisely at the moment.
Not yet.
So yeah, it's £5. But however, that being said, with my own training, I share what I'm doing daily. And I put that up on my social media platforms. So those workouts, are free to the public, pretty much every day. I put my own workout up, which can be adapted according to ability. So if I'm doing a heavy squat with 100 kilos or whatever on my back for 10 reps, you might do body weight for 10 reps. Okay. If I go into lunges with dumbbells, you'll do lunges with your body weight. So regardless of what your ability is, you can still do the workout. And that's the beauty of my group classes, is that they're catered and we kind of scale it accordingly. So there'll be a beginner progression of the exercise, an intermediate and an advanced, whether that's based on the movement itself or the amount of reps that that individual is going to do. So
if someone wanted to get involved in it, I'll put your link in the video below, but if someone wants to get involved in it, they can give you a shout. What do they need to have with them? What do they need to be wearing? What do they need to have? Because again, people that aren't used to doing it, what's the vibe like? I mean, how does it work out? Can you see everybody in the group? In the group, or?
Yeah, so just like this, it's delivered via Zoom, okay? And I think I can, on my Zoom at the moment, I think I pay $10.99 a month, and I can have up to 100 people on screen at once. Now, obviously, if there's 10 people, they get on my laptop, on my iPad, sorry, I can get to see them pretty well. If there's 50 people, which I haven't had so far, and I don't really want that many, I'd cap it at perhaps 15, 16 people, because I want to make sure that everybody is getting that. Although it's not one-to-one, they're not being ignored through the whole session, okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, just via Zoom, and get in touch with me via my social media, Behjet Fitness on Instagram. Just drop me a message. I'll have to have them fill out a medical form, which is called a PARQ, which simply takes 2 seconds, so I can send the link over to them, just to make me aware of any kind of injuries that they might be carrying, health issue, whether they got coronavirus. So yeah, just anything like that, really.
Okay, mate, cool. And is there any other tips you've got for anyone at the moment with regards to like food intake or anything? Is that a big thing, obviously, with fitness at the moment as well? And I know online, everyone I'm speaking to them, they seem to be kind of raiding their biscuit tin throughout the day and opening red wine a lot earlier than normal and stuff. And that's obviously had a big impact on people's weight and things like that. I mean, is there anything you can kind of any advice you can give on, eating in moderation, drinking in moderation, things like that people may not realise is obvious?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know me, I'm very flexible with my dieting anyway. I'm probably not a stereotypical personal trainer, or a stereotypical image of a personal trainer that people may have in their head of being this massively muscular guy. I mean, I wish I was, but I'm not. I'm not into...
You look all right, mate. You look all right.
I look all right. I look all right. I look all right in a pair of swim shorts. I am massively into my strength, my fitness. So I'm not all about trying to create a bodybuilder type physique. And that's reflected in my nutrition as well. And there's nothing wrong with bodybuilding. I hold my hat off to them in terms of, the discipline and the sacrifices that they make. But with that comes their nutrition of, which is can be very bland. I'll probably get shot down by that, but chicken, broccoli, rice, different carbohydrates, but very basic. For me, on the other hand, I enjoy, cooking a spaghetti bolognese, chicken fajitas, a chicken curry, a stir fry. I enjoy, like this morning, I just had eggs, bacon, bit of halloumi with some smashed avocado on toast. Some people will look at that and be like, Jesus Christ, he's eating that and he's into fitness. But my thing is the poison is in the dosage. Okay. So if you are eating too much of anything, whether that be the super healthy stuff, or whether it's too much chocolate, if you're eating too much of anything and you're not moving enough, you're going to gain weight. So my advice right now would be get out and get your 10,000 steps a day. Okay, use your hour exercise that you have. If you can do a home workout at home, do it. Even if it's for half an hour, make it a high intensity one. And in terms of nutrition, focus on, if you aren't very active at the moment, focus on creating a higher protein diet rather than a higher carbohydrate diet. That's not to say that carbohydrates, again, are the devil, because they aren't. I have clients that eat carbohydrates throughout the day and are losing weight. But at the moment, when people aren't as active, as let's say a typical maybe 3-meal meal plan for the day. You wake up in the morning, I'd say have a high protein yogurt, so an Arla or a Skia, or I have to be careful how I say this word, Fage. I don't know the exact pronunciation of that brand of yogurt, but one of those with a bit of fruit. Okay, a cup of coffee if you want to have a cup of coffee. Snack in the middle of the morning on a bit more fruit, perhaps. At lunchtime, have a meaty salad, tuna, and go colourful with it. Chuck as many different colours on there as possible. And then in the evening, if you've been out for your walk, if you've done your workout, etc., that's when you would have your carbohydrates, because your body will be primed then, perhaps, or in a better position to utilise those carbohydrates, rather than you putting a load of carbohydrates into your body through the day, and your body thinking, what am I meant to do with this? Because I've not done anything. Okay, and then you can have your
I've always thought it was the other way around.
Your chili con carnes, etc.
Yeah, because I have always thought it was the other way around. You've got that old school kind of saying of, eat like a king, eat like a queen, eat like a pauper. So eat in the morning, then medium kind of lunchtime. And try
mate. Again, it's from what this is the massive thing that I've come kind of like learned through my years in the industry is it depends. It depends on the individual, really, because
I guess that's why
some
people have the one-on-one coaching, so you can work.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and
Yeah.
this is where the personal side of personal training comes into it. Is that it all depends on the individual in terms of whether, if you prefer having a big breakfast, have a big breakfast. If you want to skip breakfast, you can skip breakfast. People have this theory that starvation mode. There's a thing called starvation mode, whereas if you don't eat, you're going to gain more weight, and it's scientifically impossible because without going too deep, if we look at the children in Africa and other people that are starving, they're not gaining weight through not eating. So skipping breakfast isn't going to be the end of the world. If my wife isn't a breakfast person, she'll probably eat her first meal at lunchtime, but that's her. It suits her. It's her way of, and she'll have 2 big meals. I have another guy who I train who will leave his biggest meal until the end of the day because that's when he's hungriest. Then I have some people like myself, mate, as soon as my eyes open, I eat, and I'm just hungry the whole time, just like Pac-Man, the whole day. So yeah, it all depends on the individual. But what I would say in times like this, try and stay as active as possible and probably get a bit more protein in your diet because protein will help you stay fuller for longer. And you'll probably be less inclined to go to the cookie jar.
Nice.
Hands out the cookie jar.
Lee, I really appreciate it, mate. Thank you so much for your time.
No, pleasure, mate.
Is there anything else you want to add, or you've given over your Instagram and Facebook groups and things like that?
Just everybody. I want everyone to stay safe. I'm equally probably as frustrated as many other people at the moment in terms of not being able to see people like yourself, give you a big hug, my mum, my dad, etc., etc. So, but hopefully by the end of this, one thing I will say is I wrote on Facebook this morning is I think coming out of this, a massive positive will be that a lot of people will be more health and fitness aware.
I agree.
I think people will be, and also not just purely weight training. I think this is where my style of training will really kind of kick off with people in terms of I'm very much about strength training, but also the cardiovascular side, the fitness side. And that's why I called my brand, so to speak, Behjet Fitness, in that we want people to be well-rounded. We don't want them just to be able to bench press their body weight. We want you to be able to bench press, squat, jump, run, so you're ready for anything. If someone says you want to play football, yeah, I'm going to play football. If someone says you want to come to the gym, yeah, I'm going to the gym. So I think gyms may struggle because I think people will be put off by the germ side of things, and perhaps that's where the little players like myself, who do the outdoor boot camps, who have the private studios, may be able to pick up a few more clients along the way.
I don't disagree with that at all. I think that I think you're right, mate. I think a lot of people at the moment are scared to leave their houses because of what's going on in the media and things, which I don't disagree with. I think if you can stay at home, by all means, do it as much as you can right now. But I think after this, I think you're right. People will be a lot more conscious as to who they're mixing with. Mm-hmm. And I've had a few people I know that got gym memberships that have cancelled them and said they're probably not going to look at getting a home.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Because not only that, they're used to training from home now, and they're used to, like you say, people that haven't got dumbbells, they can use bottles of Coke or whatever, or bottles of water.
Yeah, or rucksack. Just get a load of rucksack up.
So
it's amazing the workout that you can have with a loaded rucksack as well. So many variations.
As you know, I'm not the biggest fan of going into a gym because by the time it takes to drive there and get changed and showered and all that after and that for me, it's a
make yourself look beautiful.
Well, I try to, but mate, this is the first time I've done my hair in about 3 weeks.
Yes, you got hair.
So you're shaving yours off, aren't you, for charity?
No, I'm clinging on to it. I'm not encouraging it.
Yeah, but I think that people like yourself are really going to reap the benefit of this, mate, because you are really, really, really knowledgeable and good at what you do. You're a likeable guy, and I enjoyed it when I was training with you, and I'm certainly going to get back into the boot camps now. I really do urge anybody that is looking for a bit of kind of accountability and a bit of get up and go, just to even have a chat with yourself and see what the best.
100%. I've got all the time on my hands, so if people want, I've helped. And it's nice just to speak to people, and I do that even if it's not during lockdown. I try to get back to everybody, whether it's a comment on a status, whether it's an inbox, whether it's a generic question. I try to get back to everybody. So if you've got any questions, feel free to drop me a message, and yeah, I'll do my best to help you out.
Brilliant. Lee, it's been a pleasure, mate.
Always.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the flip side of all this. And yeah, I'll see you on Monday's boot camp.
Yeah, Daniela's already signed you up, mate.
Oh, excellent. There you go. Accountability, mate. I've got to be there.
You
I'll see you soon, buddy.
See you later, buddy.
Mate.
Love you. Bye, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye.